Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. For today we're going to be making this really cute and really quick and easy baby card. Now I'm using the baby stamp set from our Witty-Cisms stamp set, but you could take this same design and use any of these and come up with a really quick and easy card for basically every occasion really. If you look in this set, basically everything is covered in here, so it makes it a really fun set to have and a really easy one to use no matter what you're doing. So I really love this card. Let's get into what we need for it. So as I was just kind of mentioning, we're going to be using the Witty-Cisms stamp set. This was one of the $1 Million Achievement stamp sets designed by Lisa Fast. So if you didn't know, when you are a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, once you have $1 million in sales, they actually let you create your own stamp set, which is really cool. So I am not there and probably will never get there, if we're being honest, but that's not why I do it. So, yeah, anyway, this is a really fun one. I love kind of the designs and the artwork in it. I really like this Talk About It, or Talk About Awesome. I think that one's super cute. I was going to do something with that one and then I decided not to. But very fun sentiments in here and images, and it's a really easy one to use. So that's what we're going to be using today. We are also going to be using our Stitched So Sweetly dies. We have StazOn Jet Black ink. I also have 3 of our Stampin' Write markers, and these are from the Subtles collection. So if you have our Subtle Stampin' Write markers, you will need Soft Seafoam, Blushing Bride, and So Saffron. You don't have to use all 3 of these. You actually don't have to use any of them if we're just being honest here. I'm going to, just because I think it gives the card an extra fun little look, but you don't have to use them. If you have them, I highly suggest it though. And then on to paper for today. So we are going to be using the So Very Vellum Specialty Designer Series paper. This is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And if you can see here, we're actually using this as our first layer on our card. I know some people are afraid of using vellum because you can see through it and all that kind of stuff, but I'm going to show you a way to hide some of the glue on here to make it a little less noticeable and a little easier to use. I have just a regular piece of Whisper White, and this is just a scrap piece. We just need something large enough for our greeting or our stamp. I also have a piece of Blushing Bride. Again, I don't have an exact dimension here. I just need something large enough to cut out this piece on the card. And then our card base for today is a piece of thick Whisper White. This is cut at 4 1/4 by 11 inches and then scored at 5 1/2. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is go ahead and stamp our greeting or our little sentiment with the image. I love this set. Seriously, it is so much fun. I really like the strawberry that's here also, the one that says thank you very much. I was talking about the taco one too. I just think they're so stinking adorable. I am absolutely in love. So I'm just going to stamp this in the middle of my scratch piece of paper here. Super stinking easy, no big deal, just like so. I am going to give this a second to dry, so I'm going to scooch it off to the side and I'm going to bring in my Big Shot and I'm going to grab my piece of Blushing Bride. I'm also going to grab a couple of dies. So I'm using these rectangular scalloped stitch dies from, what is this set called again? I can't even remember. The Stitch So Sweetly dies. I'm absolutely obsessed with this die set. I just recently got it. I don't know why. If you don't have it though, I would highly recommend getting it. It is amazing. So I'm going to be using the smallest, I think it's the smallest. I should just open it and show y'all. That would make the most sense. It is not the smallest. Good thing I said that. So it is the 3rd smallest and then the 2nd largest. So the 3rd smallest and then the 2nd largest. And honestly, if you needed to, what you can do is you can take the dies and you can kind of line them up on your piece of paper. That's what I did. And you can see which one really closely fits it. And then I went up 2 sizes for the other one. So we have both of our dies here. I'm going to take the larger one right now and I'm going to bring in my Big Shot or whatever cutting machine you have. And this piece of Blushing Bride actually ended up being like the perfect width for this die. I didn't do that intentionally, but it actually ends up being absolutely perfect. So we're gonna crank this through. I am OCD about it, so I crank it through twice. You probably don't have to. It's really not that big of a deal. But just so you know, that's what I do. And then because I have the grossest plates known to mankind, I just use my little spatula tool to scoop it up. Actually, I think it's time to flip my plate anyway. And then I'm going to take my piece of Whisper White that we just stamped on and the smaller rectangle, and I'm going to line that up as best as I can. Would probably help if I put it towards me. Could probably line it up a little bit easier that way. And then again, I'm just going to start cranking this through. I'm going to do it twice. There we go. Die and all. Oh, that didn't cut through very well. I didn't do a very good job when I cranked it through the first time. So this is what I love. So you can actually just put it back down and it kind of sits into the groove of where you already started cutting. And yeah, makes it really easy in case you mess up like I did. Okay, let's hope that that cut through. Yes, we cut through that time. Okay, perfect. So we can scooch that off to the side. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just color my image a little bit. Again, you don't have to. You could absolutely do this without coloring it at all. I just think it adds a little extra something to it to kind of brighten up the image. So I'm going to use the soft seafoam, and I'm going to really use this for majority of the carriage here. Just like so. And then I'm also going to use it for up here. Just like that. Then I'm going to use the So Saffron for the little bunting or whatever you want to call it. That is right here on the edge of the carriage or carrier. I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use. And then I'm going to use Blushing Bride for the little heart. And then I also colored in the wheels down here just because I thought it looked cute. Really, really simple and easy to do. So now it's time to put the card together. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to not set it off to the side. I'm going to attach it to our piece of Blushing Bride. I'm just using snail for this. And I'm just going to put it down in the middle. Just like so. Super stinking cute. Set that off to the side. I want to go ahead and put my vellum onto my card base. So I was talking a little bit about sometimes people get a little wary with using vellum just directly on a card base because you can sometimes see the glue through it. It's absolutely true. It's a real thing. It's not like it's something that you can just really easily avoid. What I have found with this particular vellum though is because it has this texture to it, it's actually really easy to use some glue dots and you can kind of camouflage them. I'll be completely honest, you can still see the glue dots through the vellum, but I just feel like if you're not really looking for it, you're probably not going to see it. And the other thing you can do is you can cut down the glue dots if you wanted to make them a little bit smaller to really perfectly fit in these circles. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use them as they are right now. But that is something that you could do to give it a little bit more camouflage if you wanted to. So I'm just using my take your pick tool and I picked up one of our glue dots. And then, so on this paper, you have this pattern here and it has big dots and little dots in it. I find the big dots closest to the corner of the paper and I put my glue dot right there. It seems like it wouldn't really make that big of a difference. It does. It does really blend into the design of the paper. You just have to be a little strategic with how you place them. So what I try to do is I try to do them a little bit symmetrical. That one isn't super symmetrical. I'm not super concerned about it because it is so close to the edge. This one is. But you just try to put the glue dots on these larger circles here, and honestly, they kind of just blend into the back. Like I said, if you're really looking for it, and if you're really like taking a serious eye at your piece, you're gonna see the glue. I mean, you just are. That's just how vellum works. You're gonna see it. The other thing to really be cautious of, because I'm fixing my mistake right here, is you wanna make sure that you lay the glue dot as flat as you possibly can, so that there isn't like a little bump or something that attracts your eye to that area even more. But like I said, you're going to see it through. There's no way around it just by doing a piece of vellum directly onto your card base. But this little, with this pattern on here, it does help hide it a little bit more. So now I'm going to take my piece of vellum here, and I'm just going to line it up, and I'm going to stick it down in the middle of my card base with my little glue dots. Just like that. Then I'm going to take my piece of Blushing Bride here that has my little picture on it that we just colored, and we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of him. And lift these guys up. Just like that. And then we're going to put this right in the center of our card. Fold this over. And the other thing that I wanted to mention, so this vellum that we're using today, it's actually really, really pretty. I put the rest of the pack away on my printer over there so I could put it away, so I can't grab it and show you, but you could take this same card design, and instead of using the green and the pink, you could do blue and green. So in that, with the vellum in that pack, you have green, purple, and blue. So it's Soft Seafoam, Purple Posy, and Pool Party, I believe, are the 4 different colors that you have in there. And so you could take the same concept and change it up. So if you wanted a baby boy card, or if the family doesn't like pink and you wanted to do purple or whatever, you could absolutely change this up and still get a really, really pretty card with just a different color scheme. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And man, what was I just going to say? I was going to say something else about the vellum, but I don't remember what it was. Anyway, as always, you can purchase everything that I've talked about today 24/7 just by going to littlemooncreation.stampinup.net. You can also go over to my blog post, which is the link in the coordinating blog post is the link in the description below. That's what I was trying to say. Or you can just go to littlemooncreation.com and find a bunch of fun stuff there. So I hope you guys are having a fabulous day and you are staying happy and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!